Hey guys, Zennosh here and welcome to CounterSide. And today I'm here to suggest to you guys that which particular SSR employee character are you supposed to select out of this new CEO coupon SSR ticket, which you will be able to get by completing all the missions on day number 7 under the new user missions. Alright? So, if you are that player who have been playing since day number 1, definitely today is going to be the day that you will be able to receive this new CEO coupon SSR ticket. Anyways, that's it and done. Now, first, let's review each of these units one by one. There are a total of 6 SSR characters, and you are allowed to select only one out of these 6. Okay, so you gotta be smart on selecting your character, right? Anyways, first, let's review them one by one, and then only after that one, we are actually gonna come into some kind of conclusion, like in what condition which particular character are you supposed to select. All right, first of all, let's start to review the Shaolin. She is a sniper type unit and she can only target the ground opponents. Alright, and she is going to have a really great time in decimating all the opponents out there in the battlefield, because she boasts to have a very high attack stat and she can nuke the opponents from very far distance. That is the ability of our Shaolin. She is so great for any kind of contents out there in the game. Name it. Is it going to be the PvE story content? SS tier. If you are going to consider the PvP gauntlet matches, SS tier. If you are going to consider the raid content, SS tier. Yes, that's what Shaolin is totally about. If you are going to max upgrade her passive skill or her second skill, she is going to land 100% guaranteed critical damage with a basic attack. Like, what? Yes, she is the damage dealer goddess unit out there. And thanks to her other active skills, definitely it's going to be quite easier to deal really good AoE damage while nuking out the opponents real hard from the far of distance right away. Really great unit, Shaolin out there. Next is gonna be the Carl Wong. This guy is definitely recommended for all the beginners out there because of his bulwark, which can taunt the opponents as well as stun them as well. And once you have provided that 4th upgrade or final upgrade to his 3rd skill, he will be able to summon the 2nd bulwark, meaning like 2 bulwarks in total in the battlefield that will allow you to stun even more opponents and taunt more opponents out there while holding them far for a very long time. And Carl Wong is really great unit that actually provides you a great sustainability in the battlefield while dealing a really good damage output out there as well, because he is a ranger type unit and he can target all the type of opponents, whether it be the air type opponents or whether it be the ground type opponents. All right, so that's the Carl Wong for you guys. Very impressive unit indeed. He is definitely gonna shine totally in the PvE story contents, whereas for the raid content and the PvP gauntlet matches, he's also a really great character out there. Alright, so anyways, that's it and done. Next is gonna be the SSR Chevalier. She is really known to be a menace, especially in the arena contents. That's it and done. She is also a really great unit even for the story contents, but for the raid contents, I cannot really vouch for her. Okay, anyways, that's it and done. She's a striker role type unit and she can only target the ground type opponents. What she really boasts is that as soon as you are going to pop her in the battle, she is going to provide a shield to herself, which actually makes her very, very tanky out there. First thing, most of her skills can deal AoE damage. If she has a really high attack stats out there, I mean like which you can build thanks to the gears, alright? And definitely, basically she also has very high attack stat as well for the basic stat. She definitely can actually kill a lot of opponents out there in the battlefield thanks to her AoE attack. And the second thing is that like she actually can take in a lot of damage incoming from the opponents out there. She can even rip off the barriers of the opponents. Okay, so if there are defenders who are actually boasting to have a lot of barriers here and there, she is out there to just rip off the barriers, shred those barriers out of the opponents and just punch them on the face. Okay, so that's how good our SSR the Chevalier is out there in the battlefield. And that's it and done, guys. Next unit is going to be the Elizabeth Pendragon. She's a ranger type unit and she can attack or target all the type of opponents, whether it be the ground or whether it be the air. And she is one of the well-known waifu unit in the game out here who actually excels at dealing a lot of AoE damage. And that AoE damage is a really great help for both PvP gauntlet matches as well as the story progression contents. But she is particularly known to excel at the PvP gauntlet matches. Why? Because she can actually stun the opponents real good thanks to her ultimate skill for 5 seconds, I believe. So yeah, there we go. She actually boasts to have really good stats as well, being able to deal some really good damage output that will actually make you really happy, putting a very big smile on your face. Anyways, that's it and done. The next unit is gonna be Titan. Alright, this guy, SSR mech type unit, striker role type, and can only target the ground units. Alright, so what's about him is that, like, it actually costs 6 deployment cost in order to deploy him in the battlefield, and that is very high expense. You can actually drop 3 units of 2 cost, like Alford, right? 3 units right away back to back instead of Titan. So it's really up to you, like, what type of risk you want to take in the battlefield. Okay, yes, Titan to do really boast to have a very high HP stat, like more than 60,000 HP stat right over there. He can be a very tanky unit out there in the battlefield, being able to receive in a lot of damage, and he can actually boost the damage reduction rate of your allies out there in the battlefield. Okay, but it is actually quite hard to trigger, and it's very technical as well, and can take a lot of time to build up because it's a stackable stuff. All right, and that's it and done, guys. Titan really don't have CC abilities, crowd controlling abilities, like, let's say, knockback, stun, slowing the attack speed of the opponents, silencing them, or whatever that is, and so on and on. All right, he's pretty much quite simplistic unit that is totally known for his looks, and people are kind of really happy about his damage output. I mean, like, hey, yes, he does boast to have a very high attack stat, but come on, with that 6 deployment cost, you are supposed to expect that one, because if it's not going to do that, it's totally going to be worthless. Okay, anyways, what I'm really trying to say is that, like, Titan, he definitely looks cool, but he's not really that superb unit out there, in my opinion. Yes, so many players are definitely gonna disagree to this one, but later on you are actually gonna figure that one out for yourself. Okay, because he lacks CC abilities, he lacks those buffs that he can possibly provide to the allies out there, and he cannot even do some stuffs out there that can totally turn the tides of the battle around. It's just a chunky unit that is out there to shield the incoming damages. That's it. Next is gonna be the Stronghold. Definitely is a defender type unit, and he can actually attack all the type of opponents out there in the battlefield, which actually makes him quite unique out there. All right, this is the reason why most of the players are like, well, he's a great unit, but, well, there are better defenders out there. Okay, even in SR categories. So, well, Stronghold, he doesn't have the ultimate, and he actually depends on his passive skill in order to be effective out there in the battlefield. So if you are actually looking out for a very simplistic unit that you really don't have to keep on controlling over and over and over again, then, well, Stronghold is going to be a great character to you guys. But in the tier list, he is not really that great. All right, there are better units that you can possibly replace the Stronghold with. Okay, that's it and done, guys. The Stronghold, not really a great selection right away. Anyways, now it's time to discuss who are you supposed to get. All right, so there are a total of 4 SSR employee characters that are actually really attractive when we are talking about their functions, their utilities, and their abilities in the battlefield. Well, for those Gundam lovers or Transformer lovers, then maybe the Titan might be a really attractive choice for you. That's really up to you. It's up to your own risk if you want to get him or not. All right, that's up to you. All right, anyways, if you don't have any of these 4 or possibly 5 units, then please try to get them, because this game is a collection type game. All right, and once you have that one particular unit of any type, one unique unit, then you will be able to max limit break them thanks to the APT core or S APT core that you have. Okay, this game is pretty free to play. You really don't need the dupes of the character in order to max limit break them. All right, for now. Just pick those characters that you don't have in your team, so that you can actually make more flexible squads in your future. So that's the tip number 1. Tip number 2, what if you have all of these units in the list? Then, well, try to pick that particular SSR employee character that you are focusing on right now. You are trying to max limit break that unit right now. Try to get that unit, because any kind of extra SSR unit that you are going to have, that is going to be a really great help in order to reduce the amount of APT core and S APT core that you are going to be using in order to limit break that certain character, so that you can allocate that saved APT core and SAPT core in the another character out there of your choice in order to limit break those other characters. All right, so that's gonna be it. Try to get that dupe with dupe of that particular unit who you are focusing on currently right now as a beginner. Anyways, that's it and done. That's the tip number 2. Tip number 3. Okay, in this game, don't you really want to grind? You would really want to farm out there really perfectly, right? So that you can actually make your device run on auto, so that later on when you check into your device, you should be able to see a lot of credits being farmed, a lot of gears being farmed, a lot of units being farmed, and so on and on. You would really want that to happen, don't you? So in that case, definitely you want to have 2 effective and powerful squad team. All right, and one amazing feature of this game is that, like, if you have the second squad, in the second squad, you can have the same team as in your first. Meaning, like, you can have totally a good copy out there. Meaning, like, you can actually use the dupes of those characters that you have already used in squad number 1, and you can use the dupes in the squad number 2 as well. Meaning, like, I can have 2 teams that have Kalwong and SSR de Chevalier in it. Okay, like that. For example, I have Kalwong in the squad number 1, and I can also have the Kalwong in squad number 2 as well. And with that, there is actually a certain function out there in the operation tile maps in the story progression out there. Whenever one of your ship is near to your another ship, meaning you will actually be able to hire or deploy the leader of your assister or your support ship out there in the battlefield. Meaning, like, instead of just having 8 units in the battlefield, you can have a total of 9 units. And if you have even more ships, you can have actually a lot more units than compared to 8 units that you're originally assigned with. Yes, that means, like, it will be much easier for you guys to pressure the opponents into defeat. Alright, so that's it and done. Definitely the first selection is definitely going to be the Kalwong, because if you are going to have 1 extra Kalwong in your story battle, definitely there is going to be more sustenance, there's going to be more bulwarks, there's going to be more taunt, there's going to be more stun. Alright, so more damage output as well. That's the Kalwong out there. Next is definitely going to be the SSR de Chevalier. She's also out there to provide more sustenance to your team while dishing out a lot of damage to the opponents out there. So SSR de Chevalier is going to be the second best option out there. The third is going to be the Shaolin, definitely, and the fourth being the Elizabeth Pendragon. Alright, so anyways, that's how you are supposed to go on with, or pick up any type of unit that you want to put as the leader in the squad number 2, so that you can hire that unit as your assister in the battles when you are using squad number 1. Alright, so that instead of just 8 units, you can hire a total of 9 units to battle the opponents. Yes, and that's going to make your grind much easier, much faster and doable. Because if you're only going to focus on squad number 1, guess what, guys? You are not going to be able to grind in this game really that effectively. You are not going to be able to farm for that extra credits, for that extra units, for that extra account experience points, and so on and on effectively in this game. Alright, you need to have 2 powerful team, and for that one, what if you need to have you actually get like 2 Kalwongs, 1 placed in squad number 1 and 1 placed in squad number 2, right? That's such a perfect option out there. That's it and done, guys. That is all my insights that I've got to give to you guys for today. If you have any other tips and tricks, please do let me know in the comment section below. I would really appreciate it. And so far, you guys have been a really great help to me, guys, by providing such an amazing feedback. You have been always giving me extra tips and guides like, hey Zennosh, this can also happen, this is also the case, these are the extra things that you need to take care of, and so on and on. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate your effort and your tendency to become more helpful, not just to me but to the entire community as well, alerting all the people's like, this is gonna be the extra stuff that you can possibly do with this guide. So that's really awesome, guys. Bravo indeed. And that's it and done, guys. This is it for today. See you guys in the next video. I will be coming up with the next video out there soon.